about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away. This is.
And it was a fraction of the cost of most of the others that are similar to this. So here you have it. This is the historic silver mining town of Sandon, British Columbia.
Okay. So it's actually the oldest continuously operating Tesla in the world, actually.
With my own doubts, be free with me. Let's be free with me.
Always best to have the person in flip-flops going backwards.
This is the Juno mattress made in Canada. We're going to give it a go. You know, it's a bed in a box.
We'll see if she expands. Set that end up there. Push it.
So here it is. It's not too thick, which was one of our requirements.
It might get a little thicker, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll get too much thicker. It is quite comfy. Medium to soft, nice jersey knit. Love that it's Canadian made. Fits perfectly in this space.
This was a double?
This is a, yeah, double or full. And yeah, it fits perfectly in the space. And although a bit heavy, any mattresses.
Well, this is it. I guess this is a rebuild unit. They've tested it out. Propane, electric, 7-year warranty.
Really?
Yep. I got the warranty card. So yeah.
Excellent.
Now we just got to get it home and then get it in. So we got the fridge back. We've tried it on electric. It does get cold. A little bit of condensation here. I'm not sure if that's normal. We'll ask the fellow. We're going to try it on propane. In order to do that, we got to put it in. We've re-insulated the walls. We've shimmied the whole fridge up to here, to the edge here. We're just going to hoist her up and push it in and hook it up, and then we're going camping.
not looking back. Eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde. A classic cliche, we're on the run. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights up, died with my own doubts.
We are taking Penelope on another tour, going around BC because we can.
We're doing a Kootenay tour this time.
We are. We're going to head over there and we'll show you more about that. We're currently at the Shelter Bay Ferry crossing and it's going to take us across to Galena Bay.
This is on the Arrow Lake. Is that the upper Arrow Lake?
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
But it is Arrow Lake, yes. And so essentially it's between Revelstoke and the Cusp in British Columbia. It's a beautiful area no matter what. I mean, we're part of BC anyways.
We are. And we kind of have to be right now.
We do, because we're allowed to go have fun here. And this is a free ferry, although we're not allowed to get out when we get on it, you know, all the rules.
COVID rules.
But we'll get you some footage of that so you can see the ferry crossing. The sun has come out because...
Yeah, it started as a pretty rainy day as we were putting everything away and leaving home. But it's nice now.
House is rented. We're good. So we get the next week to go tour around and check out the Kootenays. So we can't wait to show you. Tell people about our glitch.
Well, we waited for the ferry to come in, and then we're on our way back to the truck. And the lady asked if this is our truck, and apparently we have too many propane tanks.
Oops.
So we have 2 on the trailer and 2 in the back of the truck. Apparently you're only allowed 3, so it's kind of like carry-on luggage in an airport. Your bag can only be so heavy, but if you take it out and put it in a different bag or carry it, you can still take everything you had on. It doesn't make any difference. So we gave our tank to the guy in front of us, and he's gonna maybe stop and give it back to us when we get to the other side. We'll see.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, everybody's very kind around here, so.
No, it's perfect. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. So like we told you guys, we got our propane tank taken by the guy in front of us, and we just stopped here now on the other side of the ferry and met up with Devin Gasoff, and he's given us back, thank goodness, we got all our propane tanks. But we just want to let him tell you a little bit because he's got such a cool thing happening. Tell him what you got going on.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting to meet up with you guys with all this recreation talk. I literally was testing a new product that I had made this last summer, and it's I guess it's a RV version of an ATV trailer.
How cool is that?
Yeah, you pull it behind your ATV and you can sleep in it. It kind of pops up like a tent trailer, and we spent 3 nights in the backcountry just a week ago, and it was really good testing, and so I'm hopefully looking at putting them into production over the next 6 months here. So
we're gonna take some pics of that and show you guys, and we'll get you did you get an Instagram handle on
I
there?
do have an Instagram handle right now, and eventually there'll be a website attached to that.
How cool is that? So we will put that on here for you and put the link in the description to his Instagram account, because, well, we're in BC and there's cool stuff to do out here. Off-roading.
In the backcountry, like real backcountry.
Yeah.
Totally. And I mean, you want to have, you know how we all don't love tenting, right? This is going to get you off the ground.
That's exactly it. It didn't feel like tenting. We felt like we were safe, away from the ground. It was really good, yeah.
Oh, that is so cool. So we'll get you that information, and thank you so much for bringing our propane tank.
Yeah, no worries. Nice
And you
to meet
could
guys.
actually pull this and a quad behind your RV.
You can.
Yeah.
And then go
Totally.
to more remote places and
That is the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
yeah.
Awesome. So on this adventure with Penelope, we had a work day yesterday, and now it's time to have a fun day.
It is.
So what's the plan?
Well, we're at Rosebery Park today, and I just want to mention we're able to do provincial parks without services now because Penelope has a fridge that works on propane now. So that's
We're
like
so happy.
super excited. This is Rosebery Provincial Park, $20 to spend the night. No Sandy, no hookups, but it's very spacious. Kind of a cool site, like most provincial parks.
And we're close to things, so that was kind of the point and why we chose it, because where are we going?
We're going to Sandon today, which is a ghost town. It was, I think, a silver mining town. It was a fairly substantial one in its day. So we're going to go find out more about that today.
The Kootenays is a very interesting place.
Yeah.
Lots of cool people and cool places, so we're going to have some fun hanging out here, and it's just plain old beautiful BC, so
Let's go check it out.
it's going to be great. Let's go.
You really think this is the time for a refreshment?
No, but I had this white shirt on, and I spilled coffee on it.
How did you spill coffee?
Well, it got a little rough, and we had some corners, and I spilled the coffee. But we made an emergency stop and got some club soda, which seems to be doing the trick. So,
Hopefully it doesn't attract wasps later. So right now we have zero idea what these buses are about. There's two here. There's about another dozen down there. They look like they're all Vancouver City, ex-Vancouver City buses. So we'll figure that out and find out why they're here.
they're very cool.
They are very cool. So from what we can see so far, these were retired from service in Vancouver in 1984, which wasn't that long ago. They're part of a historical society. They're planning to refurbish them and then put them on display maybe back in Vancouver. So it looks like they're here maybe to be stored and restored. We're still not sure, but we'll find out more.
But they're here in the Kootenays. Not
They
in the
are.
bush, really.
They are kind of out in the bush by a creek.
All right, let's go check it out.
The decor is very school bus-ish.
Yes, it is.
Isn't it?
It is very cool.
I think it would make a great RV.
I
Conversion.
would. It would be very cool.
Could have a fleet of them.
And this one went on Granville.
And these are trolley, so they're electric buses with a overhead trolley system.
Oh, well, that would be a little tough for an RV.
Yeah, I guess it would, wouldn't it? They have electric, I think they have like 140 horse General Electric motors in them. So it would be an electric motor, yeah.
How cool is that? Look at these lighting fixtures.
They are very cool.
This whole bus is cool.
So this is what, the Brill?
This is a Brill, yeah.
And they were built around the 50s, and they served in all cities, many cities across Canada and probably North America.
Fraser, Cordova, Seymour, Arbutus, Exhibition, Broadway, I don't know, and another I don't know.
Unfortunately, due to COVID, the museum's closed, so a lot of what we expected to learn is probably inside here. But basically, this establishment started in the 1890s. There was, just like other mining towns, there was commerce and there was businesses that served the miners. There was a butcher shop run by a family, Burns family, that sold $15,000 a month in meat. And this building that we're looking at is a replica of the building he had, which cost $2,000 to build back in the day. So that gives you an idea of what kind of commerce was going on at that time. There was a fire in the 1900s that destroyed a lot of the town. It was rebuilt over the next 2 years. Like many mining towns that kind of ran the course of the gamut, it went through a boom. It was a Japanese intern camp for many years. In the 50s, the need for metals was disappearing and it kind of dried up as a mining town. There was a flume that went down the center of Main Street, or the center of town, and that was actually Main Street. So there's buildings on this side and the other side of the creek, with basically the creek being Main Street. It was built over top of the creek. In the 50s, 1955, they had a big flood that took the flume out, took a bunch of the buildings out, and the town was kind of dying at that time anyhow. So there was some salvage of some of the buildings. Some of the buildings remain, some of them have been rebuilt for historic purposes. So interesting fact, in 2020, this year, they had significant flooding as well that was similar to the flooding in 1955. It's the first time since 1955 they've had that kind of flooding. So interesting how things kind of evolve and come around.
It's been a crappy year.
It has. It just adds to the whole 2020 drama.
Yeah, really though, this is very similar in time frames and function to Barkerville, isn't it?
It's very similar actually. It would have been happening at the same time. Slightly different mineral, but same sort of thing. I'm not sure how many people were here, but they said there was 800 horses employed here, and so that kind of gives you an idea of the size and magnitude of what was going on here.
White Creek, Carpenter Creek, Kootenay Creek, and Sandon Creek. So, therefore, in the low season, it's never really low. Unlike other plants where, let's say you have a low creek, then you're pretty much done for. But here, if one of our pipelines breaks, we still have 3 more that we can run off of. Like I said, this plant is 124 years old, so you can imagine that the technology in here is a bit lower tech than that. But so the way it works is actually that machine right there. It has a little 10 sticker on it. That actually is using the electromagnets to generate a magnetic field, about 5 megawatts a day, which is enough for 600 houses.
So that existing generator that's here now was put in 1916, roughly?
Yes.
And it's been running ever since, basically. Yeah.
And that was, like I said, it was a Tesla design.
Okay.
So it's actually the oldest continuously operating Tesla motor in the world, actually.
Really?
That is very cool.
Huh.
How do you like that?
It's pretty interesting, actually.
It is.
This was the first electrified city in BC because of this.
So here you have it. This is the historic silver mining town of Sandon, British Columbia, and the Kootenays near the New Denver area. This place has been going on since the 1890s. It's beautiful and amazing, and I mean, it's like all of these mining towns. They've had their ups and they've had their downs, and right now they're trying to restore it because it's just a really cool place with so much history. But what's even more significant is this powerhouse generating station that 125 years ago was powering this town, was the first to power an entire town in British Columbia, and it is still running and powering, making enough energy for 600 homes every single day. It's been running continuously for 125 years. You've got to come check this place out. It is extremely cool, and you know what? People are doing this. The government's not funding this project. It's just people like you and I coming here and visiting and donating and helping out. Check it out.
Is your office for today?
For the moment, a little bright on the eyes. But it'll do with this behind me.
It's gorgeous.
This is a beautiful place. Anybody thinking about the Kootenays? This is it. We're in New Denver, and this is just a city park out by the lake. We spent the night beside the lake. It was gorgeous.